The Property Brothers love making this simple British recipe. Drew and Jonathan Scott can renovate a kitchen and make you something to eat. Drew Scott and Jonathan Scott have been home improvement mainstays for nearly 15 years. Their very first show, aptly named The Property Brothers, debuted on HGTV in 2011 and made them household names. The formula is simple. Drew is a realtor, Jonathan is a contractor, and together, they make home dreams come true. When he's not in the middle of a major renovation, Jonathan Scott is a serious cook. And though it might be a point of contention, he says he's a better cook than Drew. My meals tend to have more flavor, but admittedly, they may not be as healthy, he told HGTV magazine. There is one recipe in particular that Jonathan loves to make, and he's been perfecting it for decades. What's Jonathan's nostalgic recipe? As it turns out, the last name Scott is a pretty literal reference to the family's Scottish origins. And there is one classic British recipe that both Drew and Jonathan grew up eating: Yorkshire pudding. Yorkshire pudding may sound like a dessert, but it's actually a savory souffle. You can serve this light, crispy side with your choice of meat for a hearty meal. Apparently, Jonathan started making his own version of Yorkshire pudding in college, so he's had plenty of time to perfect his technique. There's that mix of timing, getting it to rise and then taking it out, since it continues to cook when it's out of the oven, he explained to Delish. Sometimes I put a little bacon in it for flavor. What other food do the Property Brothers like? While Yorkshire pudding may be Jonathan's go-to recipe, it's a bit fancier than the food he and Drew eat regularly. They're big fans of lighter meals, like a soup and sandwich combo for lunch or a protein smoothie for breakfast. Jonathan loves snacking on chocolate-covered almonds, and Drew is a big pistachio fan. While their preferences differ on most food items, there is at least one thing they agree on: sushi. Jonathan says he eats it at least twice a week. Talk about goals. Hearst magazines and Yahoo may earn commission or revenue on some items through these links. Goldie Hawn is officially back on the air, and it's happening for a reason that has us melting. The last time the actress starred in any acting project was when she appeared in The Christmas Chronicles, Part 2 back in 2020. What's more, folks may be curious to know what Goldie is up to after she made an appearance at the 2025 Oscars. Well, now fans know what she has been working on, and it came as quite a surprise for HGTV viewers. On March 10, fans got to see Goldie guest star on an episode of Celebrity IOU, starring the Property Brothers. Per HGTV's website, she appeared on the installment to give a kitchen and living room renovation to her friend and soul sister Celia, who has been there for her since Goldie was going through her divorce from Bill Hudson. The two's relationship spanned to include Goldie's children, sons Oliver Hudson and Wyatt Russell, along with daughter Kate Hudson, and Goldie's partner Kurt Russell, and the two's bond is now over 4 decades strong. After the episode aired on HGTV, Drew and Jonathan Scott shared a video of the two dancing alongside Goldie on Instagram. Transformation in 5, 6, 7, 8. Drew wrote in the caption alongside the clip on March 11. As fans caught Drew, Jonathan, and Goldie's moment after her Celebrity IOU episode premiered, many applauded her for her rare TV moment. "Wonderful renovation," one person wrote in the comments. "Loved the episode. Goldie is one of my favorites," another exclaimed. "Great show. It was such a wonderful thing you did. You were so funny still and so inspirational," a different follower added. "Well, we're certainly emotional over here." And Goldie seemed to be too over the opportunity, as she made her own Instagram post promoting the episode. "Tonight's episode is all about gratitude," she wrote on March 10. "After 40 years of love and support, it's my turn to help create a beautiful space for someone who means the world to me. So grateful to at Property Brothers for making it happen." Jonathan Scott has an obsession with nutcrackers. "Do I have names for everyone? Don't worry about it." The Property Brothers star unveiled his collection during a video tour of his LA home, which he shares with fiancée Zooey Deschanel, decked out for the holidays. Jonathan Scott is showing off his impressive Christmas collection. The Property Brothers star, 46, offered a closer look at his nutcrackers, which he calls his festive obsession, while giving a tour of his decked-out LA home that he shares with fiancée Zooey Deschanel. For those of you who know me well, you probably already know what my holiday decor obsession is, he says in the video, which was shared on Jonathan and his twin brother Drew Scott's YouTube channel. Anybody? That would be nutcrackers. I have so many, all different sizes. I've been collecting them for years and years, he continues. The camera then pans over each of the figurines before moving back to a smiling Jonathan. Do I have names for every single one of them? Don't worry about it, he jokes, before quickly adding with a chuckle, yes, I do. While he loves all of his nutcrackers, he did reveal which one he holds especially close to his heart. Which nutcracker is my favorite nutcracker? That is hard to say because I've got the Scottish nutcrackers. I've got the classic nutcrackers. I have a little bit of everything. I've got some that are even blinged out. Holding up a miniature one, he adds, I'll show you what has always been my favorite. This is Gord, my Canadian nutcracker, and he's pretty awesome. It's not the size that matters, it's the spirit. Jonathan grew up in Canada and is of Scottish descent, so he's honoring both parts of his heritage in his prized collection. The celebrity IOU star also gave an introduction to his new nutcracker from Glitterville Studios. This is my newest addition to the collection, he says, showing off the sparkling figure. We love this, it is all handmade. Every single little rhinestone put on there. This is like the crown jewel of nutcrackers. He adds that the dazzling decoration needs its own special spot near the biggest tree in the house, which is also his and Deschanel's favorite. The TV carpenter and the new girl alum got engaged in August 2023 and opened the doors to their shared home to people a few months later in October. Both Deschanel and Jonathan love going all out for Christmas. In an exclusive interview with POPLE on November 12, Jonathan said that he already had his Christmas tree and festive lights set up inside their home. He added that he doesn't care about the critics who think November is too early to decorate, especially because it makes his soon-to-be stepkids, Elsie Otter, 9, and Charlie Wolf, 7, excited for the holiday season. I love seeing the kids get excited about the decorations going up, anything that makes the kids laugh and smile and brings them joy, he said. I don't care what anybody else does. I'm going to make sure that I encourage it. New Girl star Zooey Deschanel and Jonathan Scott, one half of the Property Brothers, met in August 2019, and barely 2 months later, they made their relationship public. While the two still seem head over heels in love with each other, there are a few things that kind of give us a bit of an ick when it comes to their relationship. So, to delve deeper into the potential red flags we've noticed in Deschanel and Scott's relationship, we reached out to Susan Winter, a best-selling author and relationship expert, and Nicole Moore, the founder and CEO of Love Works Method and a celebrity love and relationship coach. While it's hard to figure out just which things might constitute a red flag, Winter explains what direction to look in. Is the happiness sustainable? Are the relationship issues solved? Does the love continue to grow and deepen? She shares. These are the factors that make for a healthy relationship. Now, exclusively for Glam, Winter and Moore explain just why Deschanel may be navigating an anxious attachment style and why Scott's twin could cause trouble in paradise. Fans have had concerns about Zooey Deschanel and Jonathan Scott's relationship. When fans learned about Zooey Deschanel and Jonathan Scott's relationship in October 2019, it's safe to say that not all of them were immediately supportive of the couple. In fact, in an interview with People, Scott admitted that the reaction of Deschanel's followers on social media caught him off guard. When we first started dating, Zooey posted a picture of us together, he revealed in 2023. And I remember I looked at it, and I saw the first comment right below was, "Why the hell is she with a property brother?" I was like, "Excuse me, rude?" Of course, while neither of the two cared what her fans thought, Nicole Moore explains to us exclusively just why this reaction from Deschanel's fanbase could hint at a red flag. It's possible that Jonathan felt insecure about dating Zooey when they first started dating due to her audience's lukewarm reception of their relationship, she says. He said that he felt a huge crush upon meeting her before they even started dating. So it's possible that the power dynamic when this couple first started dating was imbalanced with Jonathan, putting Zooey on a pedestal. While this red flag may not have existed were the two not famous, the scrutiny of the public ended up resulting in a potential red flag. However, Susan Winter clarifies that at the end of the day, what fans think shouldn't really matter to the two stars. Zooey took control of the narrative by clamping back on negative comments with grace and conviction, Winter explains. This speaks well of her commitment and the fact that she won't roll over just to please her fans. Zooey Deschanel initially worried that Jonathan Scott ghosted her. A 2023 conversation with People, Jonathan Scott revealed that at one point, Zooey Deschanel thought that he was ghosting her. For those who aren't familiar with the term, it's when someone stops communicating with you out of nowhere. And getting ghosted can be a very tough thing to handle. We talked or texted every single day, except for the time I went up on a packed trip up into the middle of the Rocky Mountains, where there was no cell service, Scott revealed. She thought I was just blowing her off because I didn't respond for, 3 days or something. Nicole Moore clarifies exclusively to us that assuming someone is ending things with you just because they are not available at the moment could be a red flag. Zooey may have an anxious attachment style or trust issues that she brought into the relationship, as someone more secure might assume he didn't call because he was busy, not because he's not interested, she reveals. The fact that Zooey's initial response was to assume that she was being rejected may point to her having relationship insecurities or fears that a partner will leave. Apart from fearing that she got ghosted, the fact that the two didn't communicate with each other about potential upcoming plans could also hint at a red flag. After all, a trip to the mountains certainly sounds like something you'd mention to the person you're seeing, even if you are still just casually texting. This could indicate that the two had communication troubles early on. Zooey Deschanel became official with Jonathan Scott very soon after her divorce. In October 2019, Zooey Deschanel and Jonathan Scott made their Instagram debut, and only a month later, the two had their red carpet debut as a couple at the 2019 Critics' Choice Documentary Awards. None of this would have been odd were it not for Deschanel's divorce, which was announced in September 2019, making this couple's timeline rather cramped. In fact, Nicole Moore and Susan Winter believe that Deschanel and Scott rushed into a relationship way too quickly. It's a bold move to come out as a couple so quickly after meeting. This indicates an all-in mentality, Winter tells Glam exclusively. The couple became Instagram official 2 months after their initial meeting, so they do move quickly.